Sziasztok, Jónapot, and welcome to episode 78 of my Wurm Unlimited tutorial series. This episode is going to be on advanced digging, the level and flatten commands. Now, I did cover digging in previous episodes, but that was just to try and get you used to how tiles work and levelling of the corners of the tile. So now we're moving on to a more advanced form of digging, but actually a much easier way of levelling, flattening land and then levelling it out. But before we get to that, before we begin, the last competition ends today, which of course was on the highest quality bed. The winner is James, who made a bed at the amazing quality of 98.3. In all the years I've played Wurm, I have never seen a bed that high before. Well done, James, and see you soon on our server, I hope, if you so choose. Rainstorm, when she gets the next opportunity, will send you the login details if you wish them. Okay, well that leads to the new competition. This competition is for those of you with no skills, new players who have not as yet had any time to skill up anything or are just still looking around and getting familiar with the game. I want to try and keep it a level playing field at all times so everyone has the opportunity to join us. This competition is on who can find the highest quality red mushroom. Remember, if you want to enter, in other words, if you want to join us on our server, this server, Rainstorm and mine, make sure you link to a screenshot of your mushroom showing us its quality level. And you can use Steam to link to show your screenshot. So best of luck to all of you on finding them red mushrooms. Okay, so there we are. The competition, as normal, usual, will run for 2 weeks. So today's the 20th of February. The competition will end on Saturday the 5th of March, in 2 weeks' time on a Saturday. So there we are, that's the new competition, who can find the highest quality red mushroom. So it doesn't involve making anything, just simply you have to find a high quality mushroom. Let's see how you'll get on with that. Okay, yes, I know that these digging commands are long overdue, but I always get there in the end. So let's get dirty and do some digging. The flatten and level commands, what can I say? You know digging is fun. Well, this just takes it a level further, a step further into even more fun. This is how we've done our land bridges, by the way, and I will show you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you first of all how you make a path on the side. Let's close that, we don't need that. Let's close that, we don't need that. So what we're going to do, okay, is I've gone to the side of a hill or a mountain, whatever you want to call it. It's more of a hill though. I've just gone to the side of a hill because this could be you've just started playing Wurm, or you've been potting around a bit, you've done a bit of digging, but now you want to prepare a place to have a base. Either you want to make a road to your base, or you want to flatten a hill so you've got a big flat space for your base. Okay, or your encampment, whatever you want to call it, or your deed. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you first of all how you make a path on the side of a hill. Then I'm going to show you how to flatten the top of a hill. And then I will finish off by showing you how you can make a land bridge out across the water. So I'm hoping with them three, and additionally the previous episodes I've done on digging, you should be, by the end of it all, very, very good at digging and flattening land and making paths and making land bridges and doing everything that you need to. So we will get into doing that now. Okay, so we're going to start by using the flatten command. Okay, you will generally always start with the flatten command. The reason you can't use the level command is when you use the level command, okay, so let's activate the shovel. Always activate your shovel because that's the tool you need to use. Then left click on the tile that you're on. Now notice down here in this selection bar, you'll see that we have the flatten command. We don't have the level command because to use the level command it does an adjacent tile. So once we've used the flatten command to make the tile we're standing on flat, so this tile, if I walk forwards a bit, okay, so I'm standing on this tile, I will first use the flatten command to make this tile flat. Once this tile is flat, I can use it to use the level command to make the adjacent tile flat. And it can be in either of the any of the 9 directions. So providing this tile is flat, I can flatten that tile, that tile, that tile, that tile, that tile, that tile, and that tile. All of the tiles around me I can flatten after I've made this tile flat. But to make all of them flat, I will be using the level command. So, enough waffle, let's show you, shall I? Yes, so just before I start though, in a previous digging episode, I got you used to tiles and the corners of tiles. To just try and get you used to that and how it works, digging dirt. So it was a very basic rudimentary digging tutorial on terraforming. Now however, let's begin a path. So we're going to do a path and I'll do it 3 tiles long. This tile, that tile and the 3rd tile. Okay, that should be enough to demonstrate how to make a path. So we're going to start on this tile. What I'll need to do is open up my inventory. Okay, now the way it works, when it's going to flatten this tile, if I do not have dirt in my inventory, it will take dirt from the highest corner. Okay, now if I had dirt in my inventory, it would put the dirt on the lowest corners and raise them up to match the highest corner. Because I don't have dirt in my inventory, it will lower the high corners to match the low corners, and it will also equal out the dirt that I get in my inventory to raise the lower tiles. So it will gradually flatten this tile I'm standing on, even though it's on a slope. So enough waffling, like I say, let's actually do it. So what you do, activate your shovel, left click the tile that you're standing on that you want to flatten, and open up your wagon or your cart. Make sure you've got your crates ready, because what I will have to do if my inventory fills up with dirt, I will drop it into the crate, which we'll use for the land bridge. So activate the shovel, left click the tile, then left click flatten. Now watch down here, you start to flatten the ground and the timer will go along. That's telling you how long the operation's going to take. But what it will do is it will start by taking dirt from the top. Right, now this is excellent. I chose this area for a reason. There's lots of trees. Trees get in your way. Now, the simplest way for me to explain this is, if there's trees around, just simply chop them down. As you could see here, it says some corners can't be modified. It doesn't tell you there is a tree in the way that stops you from digging. It simply tells you some corners can't be modified. So what we're going to do, let's put my axe, activate my axe. Let's chop the tree down. Oh, that's excellent. It's overaged. So we'll chop it down. Let's chop it up quick. No, it's too far away. Okay, let's reactivate the shovel. Let's try again and flatten. Okay, it says I'm starting to flatten. Let's see if it succeeds. Yeah, there we go. So you see now that the tree's gone, it's tried, but there must be another tree blocking it. So this is the first thing you have to get used to when using the flatten and level commands, okay? Because they both will get obstructed by trees. So very simply what we do, activate the axe and chop down the next tree that's in our way. Yep, what I'll do is chop these trees up and put them in the wagon. It's always good to have wood. Right, so let's have a look. Now notice if you have flowers or grass adjacent to the tile you're doing, they are going to get destroyed. So if you do want them, make sure you pick them before doing this, because they will get destroyed once the dirt starts digging, like you can see here with the other tiles around me. Okay, let's try again. So we activate the shovel, left click the tile, and we do flatten. Notice the flatten and level commands do take a long time. Sometimes it's quicker just to drop dirt. Okay, now what it's doing is it's shifting the dirt to each of the corners. It's taking it from the highest corner and moving it to the bottom corners. And some corners can't be modified, so there must be another tree in the way. Okay, all these trees. I did choose a good spot because I wanted to show you this. Okay, bushes as well. I missed that. See that bush? That's now blocking me from flattening. So let's get rid of that bush. There you go, bush gone. Activate shovel, click tile again and flatten. Let's see now how it gets on. Well, that should be it. It should now be okay to flatten this tile. But I did choose this spot in the middle of the woods on purpose, on the side of a hill, just to show you the messages you will be getting and so you can understand what they're talking about. Any bushes or any trees will obstruct your digging. Chop them down unless you want to keep them, in which case dig somewhere else. You can manually drop the dirt to stop having to chop them, but for the sake of ease, I'm just going to tell you to chop them down or go to a different area. Okay, you see now though it is slowly levelling out this tile. You see how it's not becoming so steep? See, there we go. It's slowly, gradually making the tile flat, which is what we want. Because we're going to do a pathway. See, and it saves you going to each corner, dropping dirt and digging dirt. So it does really save you having to keep moving around. For those of you that are lazy like me, you want to stand in just one place and get the tiles flat, this is the answer for you. Right, now it's telling us if you carried some dirt, it would be used to fill one corner that needs it. Okay, so if we look at the tile, it says it's flat there, but where it's not got flat is in that corner there. Okay, you see one slope up, one slope up. So what I can do now is if I look in my wagon, I'm looking for some dirt, which I know I have got, just need to find it, there we are. If I grab one dirt, and if I now go over this corner and drop that dirt, there we are, the tile's now flat. Now we have a flat tile, and that is how the flatten command works. You see that when I was trying to flatten it, trees and bushes obstructed me, but after cutting them down I now have a flat tile. Now see this flat tile as a template, okay? See it as a template because now if I click on the adjacent tile, you will see I've got the next command I want to show you, which is level. We have use of the level command because I'm standing on a flat tile. So what the level command now will do is it will make that tile ahead of me the same as this tile, as in flat. So let's show you. If I left click that tile after activating my shovel and then click level. Now what it will do is take the dirt from that tile and put it into my inventory, and then what I will do is drop it into my wagon, so then I've got dirt to use later on to show you how to make the land bridge. So let's click level. So you select the tile you want to level, could be any of the 9 sides, 9 tiles around this one. There you are. See, it's digging the dirt from that tile, and you will watch and see that this tile ahead of me will become flat like the tile I'm standing on. You just have to watch the dirt and make sure you keep shifting it. Also, it is using your endurance up, so your stamina. It's using your stamina. When it gets to 0, it'll simply stop leveling and fill your stamina bar back up, and then you can start leveling again, as you're going to see. See, it's coming down nicely. This, what can I say, this is just so much fun to do. I love going out into the wilderness and creating paths along the side of mountains. Absolutely love playing Wurm doing that and leveling the tops of hills, so I could build a hunting lodge or a fountain, something of use to me out in the wilderness. It's just, I just love playing this game. Wurm is so much fun, and there is still so much more for me to share with you. Absolutely love doing this. Okay, so you can see though it does take a little time doing it this way, but then this is Wurm. Welcome to Wurm. Kiss goodbye to sleep and kiss goodbye to your life, because you're in for a lot of fun. Okay, slowly getting there. That's 5 slopes up, that's 25. There you go, used my stamina up, so it's now going to refill that. Let's eat and drink. No point in doing this on an empty stomach. I hope this is all being clear enough explained for you all. If it's not, if any of you are stuck with any of this, you only need to leave a comment saying, and I will further explain to you. Although I have not finished by a long shot yet. We're going to be using the Flatten and Level for doing the levelling of this hill and for making a land bridge. So don't worry, plenty of time yet in this video. Okay, so let's carry on now levelling. See, it's lowering down this side and this side. You can see down here, if you're ever in doubt, unsure as to how long it's going to take, it's telling us it's taking 1 minute 36 seconds, 35. It's progressing along, but it does take a little longer than if you was manually dropping or digging dirt in each corner. But then it's stopping you from having to walk all over the place. It's allowing you to stand still and flatten. Does use up a lot of stamina, you'll notice, so maybe bring some sandwiches with you. Remember sandwiches from that previous episode? Well, now's a good time to have them with you, so you can keep your stamina full. Okay, it's nearly there. So as you can see, you will use the flatten command first of all to get one tile flat. Once you have one tile flat, you can then go in any direction you want with your flattening. Right, now as you can see, I've hit rock there. So when that happens to you, if you click the tile and click level again, it will keep removing dirt off of that tile, so eventually you will see the rock. Which it doesn't seem to want to do now. So I could manually walk over there to each corner and uncover the rock and then surface mine the path down. But for the purposes of our path, that is flat enough. It's not perfectly flat, but it is flat enough to lay a pathway along this direction. So what we'll do, let's get my wagon closer. When you encounter rock, there's no getting around it. You'll either have to surface mine or be happy with how level you've managed to get the path before hitting rock. Now of course we can't use this tile to flatten that tile, unless of course we manually drop dirt in the corners to raise this tile up. Okay, that is what we could do, but I shan't do that. What I'm going to do is I'll go back to this tile and now level this tile to my right. I don't know what direction it is until the compass comes up. So we was going straight, so we could have done a pathway along the side of the hill there. Because there's rock there though, it won't be a very flat path, but it will nonetheless be a pathway. But what we'll do is let's remove some dirt from this tile. I mean, I did choose the side of the hill, so it was a risk that there would be rock. Anyway, let's see how flat we can make this one. Again, make sure your shovel's activated, click the tile you want to flatten and then click level. And then that will bring that tile to this one. It's down to the same level as the one we're standing on. And as you can see, this is how you can flatten tops of hills, unless there is rock there. It's a shame there isn't a quick command for surface mining, because it does take ages to surface mine. And you're not always guaranteed to be taken down a level, as you'll see if you ever do any surface mining. But like I say, with that path there, it is relatively flat. You aren't going to fall off that slope, so it's good enough. And you can pave it as well, so it's good enough. Now bear in mind, as you're flattening these tiles, the adjacent slopes will be getting much steeper. But if you're using the level command, providing your digging is high enough, you won't have a problem digging through them slopes as well. But it is down to how high your digging is. With me, my digging is on 96, so I can pretty much level anywhere now. Just trial and error, practice, and your digging will go up. What can I say? In Wurm Unlimited, digging is very quick. So you can level up your digging very quickly. If you're playing Wurm Online, it's still quite quick. Okay, you'll have to do a lot more digging, but digging is fun anyway as you're preparing your deed. So it's all about having fun. As you have fun, your skills will keep going up. The higher you get, the slower it gets, that's all. Okay, we're shaping up good here. It's looking pretty flat nearly. I wonder if we'll hit rock on this tile as well. Probably, because I want to show you another flat tile. I mean, you won't be as crazy as me and choose the side of a hill, will you? You'll go to somewhere relatively flat and flatten it. I'm showing you in the most extreme circumstances with trees all around and steep slopes, just so you can get a good idea of how it works. Okay, We're nearly there. How fantastic is that? Do you see all of the dirt moving down? And in a moment this is going to say flat. Should be with the next dig you see it change to flat. There you go, flat. So now we have this tile flat and this tile flat. And that is how you flatten hills. Bear in mind though, if you choose a hill with rock in it, you're either going to be doing a lot of surface mining or you're going to be happy with a 7 slope. The choice is yours. At least Wurm gives you a choice. Some games you don't get any choice, but this game fortunately you do. Okay, let's just grab this wood. I don't like wasting wood. Let's put that in the wagon and then we can be off and create ourselves a land bridge. Okay, so where am I going to drop these? Oh, let's just put them in there. There we go. Let's grab this other tree. And let's just grab that last one. You gotta love hotkeys. See how quick I can chop a tree down? All because I've got hotkeys set. So you just go into the key bindings and set a key to chop trees. There we go. We're getting a good collection of wood now. Do you remember when in first early episodes we had no wood? Now of course we're getting lots of lovely wood and our skill is getting up. Right, okay, so I hope I've made it clear how you can, number one, create a path along the side of a hill, because you would start with a flat tile. Providing there's no rock in your way, you can then carry on. If there is rock, like I say, you could use dirt to then raise the corners which are not that are below the rock tile corner. You could then raise these 3 corners up to match that corner which has rock in it, and then carry on levelling the tiles in that direction. Or alternatively, just go to somewhere where there's not rock near the surface, because we are near the surface and there's rock already, so I did choose a very difficult place. Also, you can see now how you flatten tiles, so they're perfectly flat. Right, let's now then take a look at creating a land bridge. Now, one last thing before we go and do that. I flattened this tile. It might have made your slopes to this tile very steep. If that is the case, once you have a secondary tile, so let's imagine that that tile was completely flat. Then what we can do, because we've got a second flat tile we can use to carry on flattening, with this first tile we can lower these corners where there is a steep slope. So if I dig in this corner, it will make sure that you're able to walk back up to these tiles which you've been flattening. This tile won't be flat anymore, but that doesn't matter because we have that tile. Or let's show you that tile which we can carry on using to flatten. For this tile though, because will be our entrance to get to here, we're making it so it's not too steep. So you dig in the corners to lower it down. You see what I'm doing? That way you can walk back up here. As you know, you can walk up a tile that is up to 24 in slope. without sliding down. So let's get it to 24 just to check that. So 1, 2. Okay, that tile should be now safe to walk down without sliding. Yep, there we go. So that's what you do, getting up entry to where you've been flattening. Now, providing if there weren't rock there, it's so annoying that there was rock, because you could then carry on flattening all the way there. You've then lowered this side of the tile, so you can gain entry to it without it being too steep. Okay, there we go. I hope you understand that now. If not, leave a comment and I'll further explain. For now though, let's go look at doing a land bridge using the flatten and level commands. That's if I can get off the side of the hill. Where Roman's been creating all these lovely roads, of course, the slopes are pretty steep. There we are, we've got off. Right, okay, let's show you then how do we create a land bridge. First of all, you need a flat tile, okay, which you would use the flatten command, just like I showed you up there, to make a flat tile. So let's do it from here. Okay, this tile's not flat. Let's demonstrate using that tile. Okay, let's disembark. Let's go here. Right, so the first order of business is we need to flatten this tile. So let's flatten it. Right, now that's flat, so that's again using the flatten command. Now we want to build a land bridge to the mainland. Okay, forget that it's really shallow. I didn't want to choose a really deep place because I didn't want this video to be extremely long, as all I want to demonstrate to you is how you use the flatten to get your first tile done, and then the level command to get the rest of the tiles done. Regardless of how deep they are, it will level them tiles up to the tile you're standing on. Okay, so because I'm standing on this flat tile, it will raise or lower the adjacent tiles to the same as the one that you're standing on. So because these are underwater, I'm going to need to put dirt now into my inventory, because it needs dirt in order to raise that tile up. So what we do, activate the shovel, left click the tile you want to create the land bridge on, have dirt in your inventory, and then click level. Now what you're going to see is it takes dirt from my inventory and places it on the tile I'm raising. You see it's raising it up, see the water dissipating? You can see now why I have so much fun in Wurm. I mean, they've given us all the tools to have extreme fun. So there we are, flat tile, flat tile. Now what we do, let's get on the wagon. Let's go to here. One tile left to do. Let's get the wagon out the way. Let's disembark. Let's now select that tile and level. See what it did? It shifted dirt from there to there. Now it's taking dirt out of my inventory. Oh, and that's it, done. And there we are. That is how you create land bridge using the level command. So rather than having to go to each corner and drop dirt, which wastes loads and loads of dirt. The difference, you're probably asking yourselves, what's the difference between making a land bridge using the flatten and level commands and just manually dropping dirt? The difference is, by using the flatten and level command, you will use far less dirt when you're going across very deep areas. Because if you're manually dropping dirt, because let's say your skill's not high enough or you prefer to do it that way, it will spread the dirt out. As you drop it, it will roll down the hill and spread the dirt out. By using the flatten and level command, it will pack the dirt in place for your land bridge. It won't roll down the hill, so thereby saving you loads of dirt. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope I've demonstrated it clearly for you. If not, leave a comment and let me know what was not clear, and I shall further explain to you. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you for joining me. God bless you wherever you are in the world, and may God keep every single last one of you safe. Have a fantastic day. Goodbye.